Marijuana is arguably the most commonly used illicit substance in the U.S., and more than half of American adults having tried using marijuana at least once in their life. The debate on marijuana legalization has continued to heat up social media and news outlets, as both sides are strongly advocating the good and bad sides of the substance. Today, I'm here to inform you of the good and the bad, which are the benefits and the disadvantages of legalizing marijuana in the country. And only then will you form your own opinion if it's good or bad. Since the early usage of marijuana, there has been a rise in popularity in marijuana legalization. At first, it focused on using it as a mood enhancer and a therapeutic agent. However, because of the addictive nature of the drug, people started abusing it and using it beyond the pharmaceutical benefit. As a result, governments around the world have come up with restrictions in some states and policies and regulations in the other. In recent years, more and more people believe that the benefits of marijuana outweigh the negative impact. To help people experience relief from discomfort brought about by their existing medical conditions, many people have come to vouch for the benefits. Even though many people are not happy about the legalization of marijuana, it's starting to take root here in the U.S. Many people are even wanting to remove the existing marijuana legalization statutes. According to a website I found called Hair Confirm, it's for hair follicles, it says that as of August 2017, 26 states and the District of Columbia have already passed laws legalizing marijuana. There are 3 states that may join them as well, as long as they pass certain procedures allowing the use of medical marijuana. In November 2016, 4 states, California, Maine, Nevada, and Massachusetts, have passed measures to legalize recreational marijuana. Meanwhile, 4 other states have successfully achieved marijuana legalization for medical purposes. Among these marijuana states, 7 of them have adopted the most extensive laws for recreational use. Anti-marijuana advocates are opposing marijuana legalization, saying that it may pose a great risk to public safety. U.S. President Donald Trump has clearly disclosed his sentiments on this, but he said that he will respect marijuana state laws. It is not merely keeping his promise of doing what is right, but more so in going with the changing times. California Proposition 64 allows adults ages 21 years and older to possess up to 1 ounce of marijuana and grow up to 6 plants in their homes. Tax and imposition and licensing provisions have now taken effect since January of this year. Debates continue in terms of the amount of marijuana that residents may possess, as well as the restrictions of provisions on retail stores. And debates continue in terms of this amount of marijuana that residents on retail stores. There was even a proposition from the state of Nevada for businesses. They seek a permit to allow marijuana use in public places. Some states have implemented more stringent laws allowing marijuana for medical use, thereby allowing residents to possess marijuana, only if they suffer from a certain medical condition. Just like anything else, it is important that we are aware of both benefits and consequences. So now, on to the advantages and disadvantages of legalizing marijuana. Number 1, marijuana is good for chronic pain management, and that is for people with cancer, epilepsy, and other medical conditions. Number 2, additional government revenue. What does that mean? Money. Like everything is always about. It's always about money. The primary reason for the government to pursue marijuana legalization revolves around how much the government will earn. This may be seen as a great potential for increasing the revenue of the government by imposing high taxes. Marijuana is a top-selling agricultural product that could take in millions of dollars. Number 3, lower government spending. Legalizing marijuana will save the government from having to spend on enforcement. Meanwhile, resources of the judicial system can be saved and can be put to better use. With the legalization of marijuana, it can lessen the number of individuals prosecuted due to possession. Number 4, peace between the U.S. and Mexico. Legalizing marijuana use and trade may end the crime and violence associated with conflicts between the U.S. and Mexico, particularly on the border dispute. Number 5, freedom of choice, which is what America is all about, right? Freedom. It allows people the freedom to choose what they want, even if the substance is said to have some harmful effects. Each individual has the freedom to decide on his own. Number 6, higher quality product. In the case of marijuana, legalizing it may lead to better monitoring of the drug quality and composition for the benefit of general public. Comparing it to street drugs, you get it off the street. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know who the people are that you're getting it from. It's not a very healthy way. Neither of them are. But comparing the two, marijuana is probably the safest route in that case. An interesting look about legalized marijuana compared to alcohol before I move on to the disadvantages. So here we go. Alcohol is a drug with established risks, yet still legal. Marijuana is also a drug with arguably milder risks, but not legal. How does this make sense? I'll let you think about that for a minute. In terms of potential short-term effects, this analysis is surely correct. Alcohol, if abused, contributes to all manner of instability, violence, crime, poor decision-making, dangerous driving, fatal overdose, and general mayhem. Comedian Cat Williams expresses hungry, happy, sleepy, meaning overindulgence in cannabis may result in an empty wallet, an overfull belly, and a wasted weekend, but that doesn't compare to any alcohol binge. The Federalist, another source I have found, pointed out nobody ever overdosed on weed, so I'll let that sink in as well. By this measure, we could argue for legalizing all kinds of things, but that's a little misguided. It's kind of a little off topic, so I'll get myself back on. Now, on the other side, here are the disadvantages of legalizing marijuana. Number 1, secondhand smoke. Just like with cigarettes, they both have the same effects. Number 2, higher crime rate. It is said that caused by the effects of substance, it has the ability to alter brain functions. Number 3, brain malfunction. It can affect an individual's perception and decision-making process. This is also why many places have drug testing policies to keep the workplace a positive and healthy environment. Further research suggests a substantial decrease in IQ related to the long-term use. Number 4, increased risk of vehicular accidents. No matter if the person is under the influence of alcohol or drugs, they both produce accidents. There has been an increase by 3% in recent years due to people using marijuana in states that has legalized marijuana. Number 5, child access to illicit drugs. By legalizing, there is a possibility that children may gain access to these substances, which leads them to be addicted at an early age. But, again, it's the same thing with alcohol. Number 6, health hazard. Just like cigarettes, marijuana has levels of carcinogens that can contribute to the destruction of normal lung function. It can cause an increase in heart rate, leading to arrhythmia, heart palpitation, or heart attack. Also, marijuana can increase the risk of developing mental illness, such as depression and schizophrenia. Cranial scans of chronic users reveal significant alterations in brain structures. Damage to both short-term and long-term memory is well known. The negative impact is greatest for teens and young adults, the very people most at risk for using. The harm done by marijuana is real and may not be apparent until it is too late. Even hungry, happy, and sleepy over a long period of time can be destructive. The Federalist also points out, as adult use increases, teens will follow. They follow everything you do. Kids will raid their father's marijuana jars just as they used to raid their liquor cabinets, saying that those who like what they find will only be a fake ID away. In conclusion, despite of the pros and cons of marijuana legalization, the most important aspect to focus on here is for the government, law enforcement officials, judiciary systems, and rehabilitation centers to work together, to work hand in hand to create a community that is free from possible marijuana addiction and its repercussions. This issue is very complex, and the states will continue to keep experimenting with different combinations of law enforcement, treatment, diversion programs, education, and other strategies to combat the American market. Thank you.